I kept looking around. I'm like, why are other people not like, do they not have the same Bible I have? Or what? I'm not that I'm so wonderful, but like, do y'all know that God said, if you do this, he's going to do this for you? What are we doing? I'm 64. I'll be 65 in less than a month now. Okay? On the 14th of next month, I'll be 65. And I started reading the Bible when I was 16. And I started finding these promises and these principles and these practices and these precepts and these patterns and these prayers and these prophecies in the Bible when I was a teenager. And I started saying, well, it says if I do this, this is going to happen. I bet you I know how to find out. And I put it to the test. And I kept testing, kept testing, kept testing, kept testing. It kept working, it kept working, it kept working, it kept working. I'm like, and I kept going to church. What happened was a virus got released. And Satan came in and reprogrammed, because man yielded to him, reprogrammed man's mind to be in tune with things that are against God. And that's why people struggle. That's why there's sickness in the world. That's why there's wars. That's why there's hate. That's why there's racism. That's why there's murder and robbery and thievery and plunder and entitlement and laziness and drunkenness and drug addictions. It all exists because we've rejected the operating system. And see, here's what happened. When, unfortunately, we were born with an operating system that was, with a computer that was blank. And it got programmed over time. And it got programmed by what I call the cultural hypnotic societal mechanism, by a world that doesn't have God's best interest in mind. And it was programmed by teachers and parents. Parents and teachers, maybe they wanted the best for you. All parents and teachers, unfortunately, don't want the best for their children. But even if you had parents that wanted the best for you, and you had teachers that wanted the best for you, they were programmed by the world. And so they're going to teach you that things work the way the world works. And I'm talking from experience now. You go to church, you hear a sermon, you get excited about the sermon, and go home and live the same life you lived before you. Do you understand the purpose of the Bible? The purpose of the Bible is to do it. God gave us the Bible to do, not just to know about, not just to memorize verses, not just to have songs to sing, not just for us to know stories about what happened in other people's lives, but he gave it to us to do it. Well, why don't we do it? And by the way, anything that works in any realm in this world, it works because God said so. What does that mean? In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and all things were made by him. And without him was not anything made that was made. Everything that exists because God made it exist with his Word. So if it works because that's how he programmed it, with his Word. And see,